this lecture, we are going to learn how to build a super simple text-to-speech converter.
This is a sample piece of text read by gTTS.
Before we jump into this video, go to the first link in the description because we're running a Kickstarter, Excel, machine learning, and blockchain. Join me in 99 Google days. Colab, don't miss where we'll build the project. Our first step is going to be to install the library Google Text-to-Speech. So I'm going to create a new code cell here and access the console with pip install gTTS. Then I'm going to run that code cell to install the Python library. Once that is installed, we can then import it here into this Colab with from gTTS, import the gTTS class. So from the library, import the class. All right, then we can put our class to use. Create a new object by instantiating the gTTS object. Here we're going to pass in several arguments, starting with the text. This is the text that you want to say. So I'm going to create a new variable to store text to say and just put in any string here, like this is a sample piece of text, and we can add read by gTTS. All right, and then we're going to pass in a lang argument. This is the language that you want to use. So I'm going to create a variable language and use en, which is the symbol for the English language. gTTS supports multiple languages, so feel free to go to the documentation for the library online, and you can see a list of all of the supported languages and their symbols. One more argument I'm going to pass in is slow, true, or false. This states whether you want the recording to be read slowly or with regular speed. The result of this function is going to be our gTTS object. So let's save a reference to our object. Then we can use gTTS object.save to save our recording. We have to pass in the path and the name of the recording. I'm going to save this to my files in Google Colab. And to access that, I use /content to grab my files. Then I'm going to save this as my gTTS.wave file. So my text here will be read and saved to a wave file. Let's run this code cell and we'll get our results. Let's pop open our files and look at that. We have gTTS.wave. Here you can download this file to your computer, or you can also have the file be playable right here in Colab. For that, I'm going to create a new code cell. Here I'm going to import from ipython.display the audio class, and then we can use the audio class to instantiate a new audio object at the path of content/gTTS.wave. And if you run this code cell, look at that. You can now have this audio file playable right here in Colab.
This is a sample piece of text read by gTTS.
There we go. The audio was read out loud. And that is how you can use gTTS to here take a piece of text and have it be read. And again, you can save that WAV file. If you want to use a different language, you just change the language argument here that you want passed in. For example, let's create a new code cell here, and let's have some French text. Then we can pass in here, bonjour, je m'appelle Alexandra, je suis programmeuse. So here we have some French text this time, and if we want the French to be read out in French, we have to specify a language that is FR, the symbol for French. Then again, you're going to create a French gTTS object with the gTTS class, passing in your text, which is now French text, and your language, which is now going to be a new language. You can call this our French language instead of language. And finally, again, we can have slow this time be set to true so we can see the difference. Then we follow the same process. We take the French underscore gTTS underscore object, and we use save to save it to our location and under a name such as French.wave. Then we can create a new audio object using the path of /content/French.wave. And if we run this code cell, we will now be able to have the option to read the French.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Alexandra. Je suis programmeuse.
Don't forget to check out our Kickstarter first line in the description where you can learn a lot more about Python.